March, great month for college hoops. Not so great for these two squads. The struggle is real. They have combined for a 4-9 record this month. The Dubs have been trying to stay afloat without Kevin Durant, while the Cavs are trying to survive a brutal March slate while incorporating a handful of new teammates. For the Warriors, the offense is the culprit for its struggles this month. For the Cavs, it's actually been at the defensive end. Those units rank among the worst in the NBA in terms of efficiency since March 1st. Jay?
All right, Serena, and with more on Cavs and Warriors, we welcome ESPN First Take Stephen A. Smith. All right, we're about a month away from the end of the NBA season. Which situation to you is more concerning, the Cavs or the Warriors?
Well, it's clearly the Warriors. There's no doubt about it. The Cleveland Cavaliers are first of all, they're loaded. Secondly, they're in a weaker conference. You have to take that into consideration. And you've got the best player in the world who happens to be LeBron James. But then you elevate it to another level when you consider the situation taking place in Golden State. You have Kevin Durant gone. You moved Andrew Bogut and Harrison Barnes out of the mix so you can make room for a Kevin Durant. So without Kevin Durant, you're essentially without those three components. Kevin Durant offset the loss of those two because he's one of the top two players on the planet. But the bottom line, with him being gone, now you've regressed back to the years when it was just about Steph and Clay. Draymond Green can play. We know this. Andre Iguodala is formidable off the bench. We know this. But you're still limited to some degree. And it's not just about San Antonio and them potentially coming, even though obviously the heart arrhythmia with LaMarcus Aldridge is something to monitor. But it's also about the fact that the Houston Rockets, James Harden, my league MVP, they are coming. They are right there as the number 3 seed, confident that they can take out anybody. Plus, they can play Golden State's style of play and beat them without Kevin Durant. Golden State is definitely the team that should have more concern.
And Houston is the team that you see that can take advantage of.
Yes, it is. Yes, because not only can they hit shots from the perimeter, James Harden has the ball in his hands as the point guard. He can get to the free throw line anytime he wants because he can get into the lane. And when he gets into the lane, what he told me is that he goes in there with the intent to draw fouls when he's going up against Golden State. Because if you get one of those guys in foul trouble, it disrupts everything that they want to do defensively on the perimeter. Their length, the way they get out and oppose perimeter shooters and what have you, with Durant, with an Iguodala, with a Klay Thompson, and Steph to a less degree. You go out and you defend those perimeter shooters, it helps you. But more importantly, when you get one of them in foul trouble, it disrupts a lot of things in the eyes of James Harden and the Houston Rockets. That's what he told me personally during Super Bowl week, and I believe him.
Go back to the East for a second. You saw the numbers with Serena talking about the Cavaliers. What is wrong with them right now?
Well, they ebb and flow. You had injuries. Kevin Love was out. J.R. Smith was out. You acquired Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver's in there and what have you. And you looked at him, and then you went and you got Darren Williams, but you also got Derek Williams. And then you got Andrew Bogut, even though he only played 58 seconds. You got a lot of moving parts with Cleveland. They're trying to figure out themselves for the playoffs. They're not concerned about the regular season. Yeah, they're going to go out there and give effort, but at the end of the day, the level of focus that goes into play come playoff time when you're playing the best of 7, and you get to prepare for the same team over the course of 2 weeks. That's entirely different than showing up one night during the regular season and all of a sudden your game is just not there. This is LeBron James we're talking about here. He's the best player in the world. He has earned the right for us not to be concerned about anything associated with him in the months of November through March. You talk about LeBron in April, May, and June. I don't worry about his team in March.
Who in the East can give them a battle? I'm not saying beat them, but who can give them a battle?
Well, for me, it's the Washington Wizards. It's the Washington Wizards because of John Wall. It's his leadership, his willingness to play on both ends of the floor all night long, combined with Bradley Beal sharpshooter. Now, I call Bradley Beal the second coming to Allen Houston. This brother can play, and his numbers actually go up in the postseason. Then you're getting production from Otto Porter. Your bigs in Morris and Gortat can do some things for you. And then on top of all of that, you go and you get Bogdanovic, in that trade, and he's coming off the bench and doing some things for you. They can go 7 or 8 deep. Scott Brooks knows how to coach and prepare a team for the postseason, and the combination of Beal with John Wall. John Wall is a stud. This brother is the real deal. He's going to come, and he is not just going to play in terms of offense. He's going to defend. And as a result of that, that makes the Washington Wizards formidable. Boston is up in the mix as well. Can't ignore Toronto, but they don't have Kyle Lowry. In Boston's case, as much of an MVP candidate and stud as Isaiah Thomas is, a miniature 5'9" dude is not going to make that big of a difference come postseason when you get to prepare for him. There's nothing you could do with John Walls. Not only does he have the athleticism and the skill, he also has the size, and they have perimeter shooting. Washington is the threat to the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they met in the conference finals and it went Game 7.
A healthy Bradley Beal makes them a dangerous, dangerous team. Steph Curry talking about the Warriors joining Matt Berry next hour on SportsCenter. As for Stephen A., you can catch him first take, top of the hour, right here on ESPN. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.